Zoom. Perfect. All right, welcome to Mindset Monday. This week I'm super excited. We have Amy Mark Charles is on, Denise Jardinay is on, Erin, are you on? Ann Flirty, she's probably on. All the brains behind a lot of what's going on with Mindset Monday. But I'm super excited. Well, first off, before I get into it, if you hear a chicken in the background, it really is a chicken. It's not me. I'm in my sister's office. I mean, let me get a speaker view. Can you see the chicken back there? Okay, so I'm at my sister's house because our internet in our house, AT&T decided to cut the internet for the whole neighborhood. So I came over and she's nursing a chicken in her office. So like a while ago, he was freaking out and I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through this if the chicken is like making noise the entire time. But it's not me making chicken noises in the background, I promise. But my name is Jacqueline Roy, and I'm super excited you guys are on tonight. We do this every Monday except for the last Monday of the month. And tonight we have two rock stars I want to introduce you to, and then they're going to get on and share some stuff with you guys. So we've got two. One of them is Brittany Flowers. She joined 4/28 of 19. In the last 6 weeks, she's gotten 4 new recruits, which is awesome. She's from Missouri. She's one of my rock star leaders. She's a mom. She works outside of Scentsy. She's a hustler. She's someone that when she gets a fire burning underneath her, like nothing can stop her. She's one of those that if you say I need 6 recruits this month to get this, she's going to do that. So that's what I really, really, really love about Brittany. And then Sasha is actually underneath Brittany, I believe. I was just looking a while ago. She's from Florida. She joined October 2nd of 19. So you guys joined just what is that, 6 months apart? So not very far apart. She's gotten 3 new recruits in the last, I want to say I looked, it was like 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. So they're both kind of on fire right now. They're both recruiting. And I just love to pick the brains of people who are doing the work. I can easily tell you guys how to recruit, what I'm doing, to recruit, but to get someone on that is just in the zone right now recruiting. I'm so excited to have both of them on tonight. So let's make sure, Brittany and Sasha, can we make sure that your microphones work?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi.
Yep, we can hear you. Perfect. All right. So how about this? How about Brittany, you go first. And do you have the questions pulled up in front of you? If not, Amy Mark Charles is going to ask you. She's going to kind of direct what.
Okay. I don't, but I was kind of gonna wing it. I have stuff wrote down,
Perfect.
but I was thinking like Sasha would go too, and then maybe people had questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's better for you? Is it better to do questions to kind of guide it, or do you want to just what you're doing?
I kind of want to just say what's on my mind, and then maybe if there's questions, because I've been thinking about so much, and I'm like, I want to get it all out, but maybe if I stop, then we can ask questions or something.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Okay, so yes, Jacqueline said that I have grown by 4, and I also have 2 reinstated consultants, and I have 2 that are joining by the end of the month. So about 8, hopefully, in the last 5 weeks. And then, like she said, Sasha has grown by 3 or 4, and then I have another girl that grew by 2. So close to 12, I would say, in the last like 5 weeks. And the last time that I grew like this was actually my very first month with Scentsy. So I'm just comparing a little bit to tonight because it's relatable, because I'm so excited. Ever since I went to World Tour and SFR, I've just been like, I just started Scentsy again. I'm just like how Jacqueline says, like, I am so excited about Scentsy every day. I'm talking about Scentsy every day. Like, that's how I was when I first started. Like, I was going live all the time, and just anywhere I was going, I was talking about Scentsy. So I feel like being excited again and just showing up to these events, because I had never been to World Tour in person. I've been with Scentsy for 5 years. I've never been to SFR, and I've been with Scentsy for 5 years. So I almost feel like it's just me starting again, and that has like brought people to me. I know it seems crazy to be like, these people have come to me, but they do. Like, if I'm just going live and talking about Scentsy, they just message me, okay, I'm ready to start. Okay, I'm ready to start. Like, it's not me being like, you should sell Scentsy. You should sell Scentsy. Like, these people have all come to me. Besides my 2 reinstates, I messaged my Scentsy chat or the support and got the canceled frontline, and I emailed everyone. So 2 came back from emailing them. All the other ones have came to me. Like, seriously, just because I'm on Facebook, like, talking about the trip again. Because when I first started, I hit the first trip in my first couple months, going to Canada. So people know I've traveled with Scentsy, and then I have this trip coming. So just, I guess, like, getting it out there again, like, even people that sold before coming back. And then just, I don't know, this posting it a little bit on social media, like just being excited. And, you know, times are tough. Like, people need extra money and it's close to Christmas time, school starting, groceries expensive. So I've kind of just talked about all of that, how it Scentsy has helped me. So just sharing how much it's helping me, like, make extra income. We also have had a team Zoom this month and a team dinner. So just having a couple of those things, like getting around some of my teammates, has like got other people excited. And like Sasha went to SFR, so she's getting excited. You know, like showing up to those things has completely changed me, because we haven't had a team Zoom or a team social dinner in over a year, you know? So I think just all of those things together, like if your team has a Zoom, you need to get on it. Like, not make excuses. If your team has a dinner, like, you need to show up, because you don't realize like how much being around everyone and being excited and inspired, like, it will get the fire under you. And if you don't feel like how I'm feeling right now, excited and the fire, like, you know, are you going to hit that trip? I don't know. Like, you have to, if you don't have this feeling in you, you know, it's just like you need to. So you need to show up. Like, when your team has something, I think it'll hopefully get you there. And a little something different. The girls that are joining on the 29th and September 1st that I have coming are both parties. So I will say those girls I've talked to about, like, one's an in-person party and one is an online. So I haven't had an online party in over a year. And then I haven't had an in-person since before COVID. So I'm just doing all the things again, you know, like I really just slacked off on all that. So I think that's what has helped, is I'm just doing the things again. So it has been a great month, and I'm definitely going to be on this trip. Let's see. I think that might have been kind of all I have. I wanted to say a tiny bit of like about the incentive, even though I know we're talking about recruits, but if you want the incentive, the main thing you need is recruits. So even just the 6 I have and the 2 coming, those 8, I wrote down, like, if I just help them get to certified and or even get to 1,500 where they hit level 1 in their first 70 days, and I had more recruits, I would put them under them if it's in the same month. Like, put them under them, then they're going to hit lead, and that would get me close to 10,000 points if all of those 8, I know all of 8 might not hit certified, but just focusing on new people and then helping them launch, get orders, get points. Anyway, if that makes sense. This is like what I did when I first started. It's like I was just focusing on helping all of them get certified, and then my points just racked up just by new people. So if you want the trip, definitely recruits is where it's gonna get you there. But that's kind of all I had. You guys have any questions or anything to add to it? Or what do you think, Amy?
One of my questions was actually, Jacqueline said in the comments, she said, what are you saying to people once they are expressing interest when they come to you?
Okay, thank you for saying that, because yes. So every person that has come to me saying they want to start, I explain to them, I'm like, I'm going to help you so much at the beginning. Like, I'm going to do your launch party. Just so some people are kind of like nervous, like, I don't know what to do, or if this is something new, or if they've never sold direct sales, anything like that. I just tell them, I'm like, you just be a part of it. Like, I'm going to do it all. Like, I mean, I do. I at least have the time where, like, I want to have their launch party, if it's online or in person. They've all been online so far, but just show them, like, they don't know what to pose. They don't know about the products or like how a party goes. So I'm doing that for them. So they're really just starting, and they get to do the trainings online, but I'm doing the party for them. So it kind of just, they're like, okay, I'll do it, because they're not really doing anything right at the beginning, if that makes sense, you know, like nothing to lose type of thing. And I tell them that, I'm like, honestly, you have nothing to lose. because a couple of them joined with the $20 special, but the other ones have all been host. I've not flipped the party, but I've joined with like the host exclusive. So no one has paid $99, and the other two that are coming are both going to be off party. So they're not paying anything. So I'm like, you have nothing to lose. Let me have a launch party for you. I'll show you how Scentsy works. And then I always say it sells itself because I love Scentsy. But
So you're having them do a party and then they're using their money. It's like you're the it's like you're the consultant originally, and then you flip them and give them the PRV.
nope, I'm using my personal sales. So I always have my own personal sales. So I have parties going on. And I like normally, like, yeah, I would just use the products and you keep them myself or use them for other orders. But this month, the only thing that's been different is I've been using all of my credits and using it for someone for a kit. So I've posted on Facebook. I'm like, I have a free kit up for grabs. Anybody want to maybe start your own Scentsy business, make extra money? It's available August 15th. And then someone will message me. And then I said about the 29th, I have one, and September 1st. And both those people messaged me. He was like, I want to try it. I want to try it. So I just said, I have a host kit up, or I have a join kit up for grabs. I've been posting that every single week because I have like a party or something going on where at least if it hits 200, I know I can flip it to them. So
That's
it's been my own parties. The one girl that's joining on September 1st has had an online party with me this month, but she's not actually joining until September because she came back to me and was like, all right, I'm going to try Scentsy. I'm like, okay, I have a party closing September 1st with the new fall stuff. So she's going to join with that.
That's so cool. I can feel your excitement.
I know, like
we're excited.
I literally I have an in-person party September 4th, so it's my first one in 4 or 5 years, and I talk about it every day. And I work at the casino, so I'm around hundreds of people, and I talk about it to them because they're all coming. There's so many work people coming, so I am just so excited.
So for anybody who doesn't know, just a general overview, and then you can come to me or Jack or whoever your director is, but included in any party reward, you can type in like host kit, and it's a $59 kit. It uses $59, isn't that right? Of
Yeah.
the host rewards. Even if you have $1, even if you have a few pennies left of host rewards, you can put a kit in and then just pay the difference even. But it's a great way you can actually say, I have a no out of pocket kit, like consultant starter kit available. So make sure you just say 0 out of pocket cost or something like that. And then you can actually advertise that to people. So this person's saying, are you flipping your PRV too? And I'm assuming no, you're keeping
The only
it.
reason not this month is because I'm at 870. I'm trying to at least get to 1,000. If I like fall, if it's just crazy and my sales are getting like really, really good, I will. But I'm just like, got to get to 1,000. That's the only reason why I haven't. So no, I haven't flipped any of the PRV. I've kept it all for myself.
Because
Which I
they're not doing the
understand that.
work.
Huh?
Because they're
Just
not doing the work for that PRV.
exactly. They haven't put the work in. Those were my own parties. Like, like it wasn't any of their customers. Like I know the one girl that's starting September 1st, like that party was the first week of August. So those were her orders, but it's a month later. But I have been having launch parties for all of them. So I've helped them like get their own PRV, but I haven't flipped anything this month.
So Beth said, do you create a group for their launch party?
I do.
Like
I do a
a VIP
Facebook group. Yes, just because you could schedule your posts. So I do that. I schedule, I have them for a week long, even though I know Shooting Star is 2 weeks, but I've had multiple and my own parties. So I've only been doing a week, and then they just are gonna have to take off on their own. Like I still post stuff for like them to post, but I haven't been babying everyone the whole time. I just do it for a week. And I tell them, like we have lots of Scentsy groups you can get in where there's posts, or you can always share what I share. And then we have like a team group and a team chat for them to share things. But I only do their launch party for a week.
Cool. And then that gives them a little bit of time to see what you do, how you do it, and then they can
Yes.
take over. That's cool. Yeah, Sarah said Boards app will be your bestie for scheduling parties. So there's an app called Boards, and you can subscribe to all these, I don't remember, to different boards, I guess, where it's basically people have all the wording and
Oh,
pictures and all kinds of stuff, not just for like
okay.
if you've seen anybody who's like, hey, there's a bunch of stuff on clearance right now, or it's a clean out, they're
Mhm.
probably using boards because it's like the pricing and the wording and the pictures are all
Oh, okay.
there. And you can access it through your phone's keyboard, just if
Okay.
anybody's interested. If you are interested in learning about that, let me know because we've got a few people under Aaron's team who could share about that in the future. But
Okay.
look into it if anybody's curious. Okay, Sasha, do you have anything to add to this before we do some more questions?
So honestly, Brittany is my direct upline. So I follow a lot of her tips, a lot of her leads, and I don't want to repeat too much that she's already said, but I am in the same boat, just going to SFR and like being around the community was really great and exciting again, so I think that that's really what has lit the fire back up under me as well. But going to SFR also made me realize that, most of my team is in Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas. I'm down here in Florida by myself. So I was like, I want to start recruiting, more locally so that I can build a little community here. We can do samples and vision boards and all the things together. So I'm pivoting my focus a little bit off of online parties now, which that's always really how I've recruited as party flipping. Like Brittany, I do their launch party for them, but I do give them their PRV because it's all their customers, and we go in with the knowledge that they're going to flip. So I get them really excited by telling them once their party gets to 500, they're going to get that host kit for free with their rewards. They're going to get $100 minimum on their commission check right from the start. They're also going to hit shooting star on day one. So that's really how I get them excited from party flipping. And then something that I'm doing though right now is I'm putting things inside like our coffee shop, our tea shop, like local places around here with a guess how many jar and a warmer like for them and some business cards. But I'm doing this guess how many jar, and these enter my drawing so I can get their information, and I'm booking more parties that way, getting other people who I would never normally talk to interested, so that's something different I'm doing.
So, okay, so your little drawing that you say you're doing, how often do you go in and like pick up those slips, or do you provide a bar for them? How do you go about
So
asking to do that?
So I'm actually in a Facebook group for our town, and I just made a post in there. Like, I've been pretty active since I bought my home here a couple years ago. So I've been active in the group. Most of the people already know my name, but they didn't know that I sold Scentsy. So I posted in there one day, like, hey, which other local business owners would love to have a wax warmer in your shop? It'll smell amazing. And then when they say yes, I just strike up that conversation. And to be honest, I have several warmers here, so I can put it in several places at once. But I was just brainstorming, thinking, since I am, known in the group, I was thinking about kind of making it like a scavenger hunt to get other businesses in town more involved. Like, hey, where's the warmer? Where's the Scentsy girl? Like, maybe have some prizes for the first 10 people who find it or whatever. So
That's
that's something that I was talking about with the ice cream lady this afternoon. Like, I just talked to everybody I can. I donated plasma today, stood in line for like 2 hours, talked to everybody around me, talked to the girl putting the needle in my arm. Like, I just look for an opportunity everywhere.
That's how you do it. One more question about the jars, because that just really caught my attention. So
Yeah.
you've got people's contact info. What are you
Yes.
saying to them? How do you reach out?
So I just reach out once I get the box back, and I'll say, hey, congratulations. I seen that you took a guess on the jar that was at K&N Lakewell's tea shop this week. And I see here that you check marked you would like to have a basket party for some free product. Have you ever used Scentsy before? Like, just strike up a conversation. I don't hop right into it. I do try to build a little bit of rapport before I start the whole salesy thing.
Okay, that's cool. Do either of you have any marketing materials that you use, like that you have to hand out to people? it's okay if you say no because you're doing a great job with whatever you are doing. Just curious.
A couple things I do. I don't know if it's really marketing material. Well, it might be, but I work at the casino. So, multiple times since I've been to SFR, I need to get rid of all my spring and summer catalogs. I had a bunch, and I put a scent circle and my business card in there, and I put it on the car window. So I do that every weekend. I have probably the last 4 weekends. I've got rid of all of them. I just did my last this weekend. So that's
Oh.
that kind of marketing. And then I have my backpack that I got at SFR. I put the fall scents and the fall catalog in there, and then whiffs, 3 bars, and the spring catalog in there. And I've passed it around the last 2 weeks. And so far it's just been like just that person has ordered. It wasn't multiple orders, which is okay, but it's still just someone at work. They've been passing it around. The girl brought it in today at work. So I don't know, a couple different things I have did recently. But yeah, the catalog with the scent circle in my business card, I do that everywhere. Also DoorDash. I DoorDash a lot, sadly, and I give a car bar and my business card to the DoorDasher.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yep.
I'm writing that down. Keep
Yep.
talking if you think of anything to say. DoorDash.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think about it when I travel. I'm like, I use Uber all the time. Why do I not like on my just the last couple times I've went places like, I went to SFR, and before we went to Chicago for 2 days, I'm like, why do I not have car bars right now? We took so many Ubers. So that's definitely something I'm like, okay, I got to do on my next trip.
Yeah, and Uber drivers are all about doing something on their own time, having that freedom, making extra money. So I think they are great people to hand things to.
Yeah.
I'm actually also an Uber Instacart driver. So I also use the opportunity, like if Uber finds out I might get fired, I'm not really sure, but I've been doing it for years and I've never gotten in trouble. So I also will hand out like our product sheets with a business card with my orders. I'll leave it there. And my business cards are magnetic. So a cool thing, one time I gave it to the girl who was doing my pedicure, and she was like, oh my God, this magnet is on my mom's refrigerator. So I was like, that's cool. It felt good to know like 2 complete strangers had it. So like strangers to me, but they knew each other. So
That's cool.
I have a magnetic business card because I feel like they just get thrown away if they're paper. So
Okay.
Jen, what I say to them, because honestly, the Uber people are like kind of quick. They're just like wanting to hand me off their food and they're not like expecting something. So I always have it in my hand and I'm just like, here's a gift for you. I just wanted to give you something. I sell Scentsy, and they just like, oh, thanks. And they walk off. That's pretty much all it is, because it almost seems like it's kind of awkward anyway, because I think they think they're like leaving my food on the porch. So it's kind of quick, but it has my business card in there if they do need to, if they have any questions after that. I get random orders, so it could possibly be an Uber, but I just never really know.
I want to add in too. Sorry, my computer died at my sister's house, so I had to pull up my phone that's at 10%. But we're just surviving. It's Monday, and that's what we do. But one thing I want to point out about both you girls is that you guys are both having the conversations, and it's better done than perfect. You may have materials for marketing, you may have postcards for recruiting, you may not. It doesn't really matter. Like, you're just talking about it. And I was talking to one of my leaders, Kelsey, the other day, because I've gotten a couple recruits this last week, and she was like, well, what are you doing? I was like, I'm literally just talking about it any chance I get. Oh yeah, there's the chick. What's the chicken's name?
It doesn't really have a name.
Oh,
Chicken. No.
a lot of hers do.
Going
have names.
outside for rehab.
Okay, rehab.
Christy and Christy's chicken.
Yeah, Christy's chicken.
Yeah.
But I think that what's different between Joshua and Brittany and a lot of other people is that they're just having the conversations. They're not afraid to ask, do you want to join? They're not afraid. They might not know all the answers that are going to be shoved at them. They might not, but their excitement is infectious. And I think that's my last recruit that I just got a couple days ago. She said that she wants to join because she sees how excited I am about Scentsy. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, then my other recruit I got, she'd been thinking about it for a while. And it's why it's so important to post on social media, not 5 times a day per se, but make sure people know that you sell, but also be okay with just messaging and people ignoring you. It's okay to message people and say, hey, I thought, I keep thinking of people who would be good at Scentsy, and you keep popping in my head. Have you ever thought about getting, earning some extra money on the side. And that's all, and that simple 3-lined message may get you your next rock star, but it's just about putting yourself out there. I had to get a new MacBook because my other one crashed. And so I met the guy at Jones Assembly downtown and got the laptop. And he just started, I would give him Scentsy. So I gave him a Scent Circle and a catalog. And he was like, oh my gosh. He was like, I love Scentsy. You sell Scentsy? I said, yeah. I said, you have a consultant? He said, no. And I was like, oh man, I would love, I love it if you want to order, just order for me. And he said, yeah, my mom loves this too. And she's in Australia. And I was like, your mom lives in Australia? Okay. Does she have a consultant? Well, I mean, I brought her some scent circles and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, give me her information. Do you think she'd want to join? Oh, I've got lots of friends in Australia. I mean, so I'm sitting there like, because of a scent circle that I brought him with the catalog, now I have hopefully a lot of Australia contacts. He asked me yesterday for how much the kit was and stuff. And I said, well, if you want, I can talk directly to her. But just things like that. It is about every opportunity. Uber drivers, if you meet up on Marketplace, if you sell stuff on Marketplace, if you go to a garage sale, you buy some stuff at a garage sale, hand them a scent circle, hand them a sample. And so I think that's what Brittany and Sasha are doing so well right now, is they're just having the conversations. And like I said, done is better than perfect. Some people, I know Amy has more of this personality where she's more type A. So she wants to have all of her ducks in a row before she offers it type thing. I'm sure that could have changed by now. And I'm kind of the opposite. I fly by the seat of my pants. So whichever one you are, just know it doesn't matter which personality you have. You can all recruit the same, but you just have to have those conversations and at least bring it up. And then one last thing, and then I'm sure Amy she might have another question to ask, is one thing I learned early on and that was wrong in recruiting is I would just diarrhea of the mouth, as I've called it. I would just give them way too much information and they would just be scared. So now all I do is I do a 1 or 2 liner to get them interested. Like, hey, I know that you're an amazing teacher and you probably don't get paid enough. If you ever want to make some extra income on the side, I would love it if you join my team. And I don't say, oh, it's $99 and you only have to sell 200 every this. I don't give them any of that back. I don't even tell them how much commission they make unless they ask. And so I think that's important that you keep it really simple and let them ask you questions, because if you give too much information, I think I scare people away sometimes doing that. So that's my last point. Amy, I'm sure do you have another question to ask them?
I don't really. I just have to say, I think you're exactly right. I think sometimes we overthink it. So the done is better than perfect is absolutely right. We don't have to have, a plan for how to sponsor people and how to train them. We don't have to have all that set up. You could just have started Scentsy yesterday and still recruit someone and you learn together. So I think we just go out and get excited. Like you said, you made me excited, Brittany and Sasha, both of you, just because I do remember that feeling and just like how excited you are. And it really shows. So I'm not surprised getting recruits.
Yeah, go ahead. A couple things too. You go ahead, Sasha.
Yeah, I was just gonna say too, one other thing that I was thinking about when Jacqueline was talking, another way that I recruited a few of my best customers, and this has only been for my best customers, is I'm a numbers girl. So I literally will go in there and write down every single order that they've ever placed with me. And I'll send them a message and I'll say, hey, I know that some of my girls use other Scentsy girls too. Like, I'm not the only one that she shops with. So I'll be like, hey, I don't know what you spent with Brittany, but I know that with me, you have spent this much money. And did you know you could have gotten back this much money on your own purchases? You could have earned this much. And they're like, you know what? Maybe I should do it, just because I would save that money. I would get it back. I would earn free products. So that's another thing I love doing, is just throwing the numbers out there. Like, girl, you have spent a lot of money with me.
That's a good idea. I have one other thing that I wrote down that I wanted to say. When this is my first month starting, but I'm just saying it was something that helped me. If there's anyone that is new on here. But anyway, so my first month was Scentsy. I sold 2,500 PRV that month. I got 12 people that signed up, and I was definitely excited. But I wanted to say one of the things that I would go live on was when I was closing out those parties. I was my own host. all of them. Those were my own orders because I was messaging people literally nonstop, so much that my Scentsy link I couldn't even post on Facebook for 4 years. Anyway, so what I did was when I closed that party and all those free products and half price items, like I would go live and just like dump out the box of all these products. I'm like, not only have I made, you know, $1,000 this month, I didn't say the amount, but I'm saying not only have I made all this money that's helped me, because my daughter was starting to go to the hospital like twice a month, so it was like really helping me with her. So not only was I making money to help for her stuff, I was getting all of these, like I was earning all of these products because I'm the host of my own party. So just like showing like all the products, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I want all those products. And then it got people to like sign up and have parties. So I just remember that, like that was one of the things, just like being the host of my own party and then just showing all of the products that I earned off of being the host, going live about it, Anyway, yeah.
Hey, that gave me a
Actually-
great idea. I think Amy's about to say that too. That gave me a great idea. I don't know why I've never gone live on my page and shared a starter kit. I mean, I have most of the stuff that comes in a starter kit, but I think that'd be really eye-opening to share everything that comes if you want your own Scentsy journey. And then seeing who watches it and seeing who loves it and likes it, and then messaging them, hey, I saw you liked my thing. I actually have a couple kits to give away for at a discount. And I've been doing, I know you touched on that earlier about your host exclusive. So I've been doing them at discount. I don't do them for free anymore, just so they have a little bit in investment. So the two this month, they did have to pay. The last one did 59 because none of them were her customers, but she was still pumped because it was cheaper than 99. And the other one was a few of her customers. So I think hers was ended up being like 39. But yeah, Amy, have you ever gone live and shared a starter kit?
I have not, and I do think that's a really great idea. And just to like, how many times we close out parties and have all these host rewards? And I was going to add at SFR during the expo, there was this little section where it was like about why Scentsy and like why did you join? And we put sticker dots like on like why we joined and then why do we stay? And something that was like shocking to me was that the number one reason why people said that they joined out of those who did this little activity was for the product.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because of an income. And so I think that sharing, like, look at all this stuff I got for free and half price is huge.
Yeah, I shared my shooting star kit too, but I said that I'm like, just my first couple days, I earned this kit and I went live and like showing the kit, you know? So it's like, I remember that first month, I was just like so excited about all these products that I had that month on top of like making money. So I had talked about it at World Tour. I stood up and told them that, and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. So I wanted to say it tonight.
And I'm going to point out what Sasha said about her, talking to her best customers and saying, hey, that you would have made this amount of money if you actually joined. I love that you shared that, Sasha, because in this business, you're going to make a lot more money by building a team than keeping those sales. And so I know sometimes it's hard because you don't want to necessarily recruit your best customers. And if I'm honest, some of my best customers have joined and haven't done anything. But who am I to judge whether they're going to do something with this business or not? I can only see that, hey, they're buying a lot. They love the product, like Amy said. I'm going to offer it to them and let them turn me down before someone else offers it to them. Because I've lost recruits before because I wasn't the first person that asked if they wanted to join. And I know they loved it because they were buying from me. And like Sasha said, and maybe someone else a lot. So I love that you pointed that out, Sasha, because if you're in this to make money long term, you're okay giving up your best customers because you're going to find other customers, right? But if you're in it for the long term, recruiting is key. And we've heard this before. Amy and I have said this a lot, but you sell and earn for today, you book and earn for tomorrow, you recruit and earn money forever. And that quote never gets old. I mean, it never gets old. So keep that in mind when you're afraid to lose your best customer, because of recruiting them, that they may just be that one person that pushes you to the next level. And they may be that one person right now that you don't know it, but they really, really need the income. Their family really needs it. You just don't know. And so my motto is let people turn me down. I'm not going to judge anyone. I'm not going to not talk to someone because I think they're just too busy, or, they have 3 jobs, or I just, I don't think that she would be the right person. I tell everyone and I let them turn me down. Because if you don't, someone else will eventually, I promise you. If they're melting Scentsy all the time, if they're talking about Scentsy, someone will swoop in. A good example of that is Barb Baldwin recruited Carrie Kravitz, 2 of my really great leaders underneath my sister, actually, Christy. Carrie Kravitz said he had bought Scentsy a lot from this girl who was actually a star director in Scentsy, or she may be a superstar director now. And Carrie would buy from her all the time. Well, Carrie went to a show and met Barb Baldwin, one of my directors, and Barb gave her a free light bulb. And Carrie starts telling her how much she loves Scentsy. And Barb was like, "Why don't you just join my team?" So Carrie joined Barb, whom she met at a wine beer festival show, because she offered her the opportunity when the girl she had purchased from a lot had never offered her that opportunity. I mean, Carrie's volume this month is, I want to say Carrie's almost 9,000. And that person she bought from all the time always says, "I wish I would have mentioned the opportunity. She was one of my best customers." So don't lose a Carrie by not offering this business to your best customers, if that makes sense. Because you never know. Amy, do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't. I want to say that next week we won't have our call. So I do actually. Next week we won't have our call because it will be our leadership chat for directors to above. And September 2nd, we're doing no call for Labor Day. So we're having a week off. So we will see you on the 9th, September 9th.
Yes. And thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm going to challenge you guys each to have 5 joint conversations this week. I'm going to do the same because I feel like that right now I am wanting to tell everyone about how amazing Scentsy is. So I encourage you to have 5 joint conversations this week. And again, you're going to have people that ignore you, people who say no. I'm going to post a couple examples on our mindset page of what I'm messaging people that I think may be good at Scentsy. And then Amy, or if Brittany or Sasha want to comment underneath below anything that they're messaging to Tiffany, Denise, that kind of thing. Let's just share the love. I feel like if we have one post with 50 different ways to message to people to get people to join, I think we're all going to recruit a lot, right? Because verbiage is a kind of a tough thing sometimes. So we'll share the love. I'll put a post on our mindset here in just a few minutes when I get off here. And then I'll share all the things that I'm going to say underneath it. And if you guys will do that the same, that would be awesome. So,
Jack, can I ask a question
Yeah.
about something else?
Yeah.
I know most of y'all go crazy selling Disney, but in my house, I go crazy selling NFL warmers. Do we have a clue how much they're going to be, or a range, or anything? And why haven't
they always release it the Thursday before. So Thursday we will know a price. They just always do that. I think that legally that you can't take pre-order. You're not supposed to take pre-orders. A
Right.
whole lot of pre-orders per our policy for more than so many days. So I think that's why they do the Thursday before, because that's what's in the policy, which a lot of
Okay.
people don't know, which is good to educate, right? But I'm gonna guess the warmers are gonna be like 40, 45 price point is what I would guess.
Yeah,
But
the other ones were 45, so I was just
yeah.
hoping they
And
weren't gonna
they're a
be.
little smaller. So hopefully they stay around that same.
Okay, just curious, just curious.
Yep. And they come out the 26th, you guys.
Monday. But
Yee.
it's interesting. I've got people buying them without even knowing how much they are. I mean, like, I mean, just like,
Yeah.
I mean, what a hype.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
I know.
I love it. All right. Well, we will let you guys go for the rest of the week. Looks like the chicken's done with its rehab down there, if you guys were wondering.
I just want to say, Brittany, we're only like 45 minutes apart.
You guys should get together.
Yes,
Seriously.
we definitely need to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
would
in
love to
Greece.
even like go to your event sometime if you have one in person, because I've never had an in-person event.
I just did one in Web City last
You
week.
did you go to the farmer's market?
No, I was over at Society.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's like kind of my excuse.
Oh, okay.
I have never did an event, but even if you did it, you had do third Thursday? Kind of
No.
expensive. Yeah, I looked at the price of them. They're a little bit pricey, but I don't know.
No.
I want to go to
You
an
guys
event.
need to, you guys message
Yeah.
each other your cell phones, because even if it's just like
Yeah.
coffee on a Monday or something, just to chat Scentsy and get excited, there's nothing better to have that kind of camaraderie, that kind of thing.
For sure.
Yay. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I'm going to miss you guys' faces next week and then Labor Day. But stay tuned. We've got some corporate is actually coming on next month. We have some surprise corporate members. So watch for that. Watch for the email. Watch for the Mindset Monday post. But we sure love you guys. Thanks for joining us and taking time out. Sasha and Brittany, you guys are rock stars. Like, I'm so proud of both of you, beyond proud. So thank you for taking time out to share. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jack.
Bye, Cindy.